What's going on, everybody? Respawn Gentleman here. Now, I know that this video is a bit overdue, but it has been a very busy few weeks. Today, I will be showing you my testing results for the 1.20 patch in Dark Alliance. Now, I took a few of the fixes from most of the sections that were the easiest to test. Let's start off with the balance fixes. The main things I looked at here were the drop rate for higher rarities and specific gear sets. I was not able to find any noticeable difference in this patch, so getting legendaries is about the same as it was before. Next, for the general bug fixes, I was able to test quite a few things. The mage goblins that appeared during the boss fight in the Goblins at the Gates mission now actually come out of the floor doors instead of being invisible and then just appearing eventually. The glitch of rapidly sorting the journal menu causing a crash no longer crashes the game. They were supposed to make the trophies in Kelvin's Cairn only show for what character has completed them. However, even starting a brand new character, it shows the same exact trophies unlocked. So that was not fixed at all. The boss fight with Scorn, the Frost Giant at the end of an Infernal Dispute, now moves as soon as you enter the arena. So you can no longer exploit him by defeating him without him moving at all. Next is the AI fixes. Now, one of the big things they mention in this section is the fact that the enemies react when you're further away from them. I will say they do react much faster than before in most cases, but there are still times where you can run circles around enemies before they even attempt to attack you. The other thing I wanted to cover was the Verbeeg boss in Goblins at the Gates can actually use the stairs now to reach the player, so you can no longer cheese him from there. Next, we have matchmaking and networking fixes. Mainly tested the length of time to connect to a session and to see if there were any disconnections after the end of the missions. For the time to connect, I noticed that it took about 4+ minutes to actually find another person to play with. This is most likely due to the unfortunately dwindling player base, which hopefully the devs can remedy by adding some new things to the game, like the suggestions I have in the video link down in the description below. For the disconnections, it didn't happen at all for me. I tested it 2 times and it worked just fine. So I'm so happy that this is fixed. That means that after you finish a mission, you'll still be able to play with the same party and you won't get disconnected. Next is the UI and UX fixes. One of the first things I checked was the enemy indicator arrows. They've not worked properly since day one, so I was excited to see if they actually fixed it. Sadly, they're still broken, but they're not as bad as before. Most of the time, they'll point you in the correct direction, however, it won't show you all of the enemies in the area like it did before. There are times where I would be right next to an enemy, and the indicator would be pointing at a completely different enemy and not show the one next to me. I was excited to see that you could change your character while in a full party in multiplayer, so I had to test it out. Unfortunately, this only lets you change your character to one that's not already in use. So if you indeed do have a full party, you cannot change your character. I'm not sure why they put this in the patch notes if it wasn't going to work, because it would have been amazing to let people use all the same character in every single mission. That was all the testing for the patch notes, but there are some bonus testing that I did that I want to share with you guys if you had used these things before. So starting off, we have the instant kill Haggador the Beholder. This actually still works with no problem. If you want to know how to do that, check out the video I have linked down in the description below. It still works instant kill every time. The next bonus thing that I tested was the epic gear farm, or the guaranteed epic gear farm, I should say, in Act 1 of Order of the One Light. This one worked by taking advantage of the enemy respawns after dying and also killing named enemies. Unfortunately, this one was patched as there are no longer named enemies in that mission. Now, I do have an alternative method for getting guaranteed epic gear, and I have that link down in the description below, so go check that out if you're curious on how to do that. So the final bonus thing I was able to test was the dodging through spike traps. Now, this still works, no issues there. I don't think there's a lot of people who have actually talked about this, but basically, the way this works is if you come across a spike trap that has the ability to go up and down, either it's automatically going up and down, or there's a lever that'll make it go up and down, then you can dodge through those without getting hurt once. Now, if you're going through spikes that are stationary and they don't move, then yes, you will get hurt by those. It's only the ones that actually move up and down that you can do this for. So that still works absolutely fantastic. So that is all the testing that I was able to do. Leave a comment down below if there were things that I didn't cover that are still broken in the game. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for more content. Thanks for watching.